Hey, well, it says I'm live. Bit of confusion there for some reason. It's coming through now. It sounds like are we cooking with gas, Mrs. Ricky? Reporting for duty. Hang on, this should go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, I can see myself on there. I can see my ugly mug. We're all good. By the looks of it, we're all good. Whew. 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 We did it. We did it, guys. What a time to be alive. Indeed, Simon. Indeed. What a time to be alive. Oh, hang on. I haven't put all my business up here, have I? But I'm just going to get into this then. I'm going to say, Eyup FretHeads, welcome to Wednesday's guitar class. It is Wednesday, the 12th of March, 2025. And I have been just conversing with Mrs. Ricky about time zones. Now, I'm aware that who's gone back in time? USA's gone back in time, but we're still in the same time zone, so there is some confusion over time zones. We're waiting for the clocks to change again. It always confuses me. It was in the fretboard fraternity earlier on. Someone was saying to it, it's like, what time is it? And it's like, and I use that timeanddate.com sometimes. No, David, you don't need to do star jumps. You're not that late. It's 3 minutes past 7 here. Yes. So, yeah, it's 3 minutes past 7, which means it's time to crack on. But there we go. You lost an hour on Sunday morning. Oh, does that mean you don't get an hour in bed? You see, it always puzzles me. I always equate it to lost sleep. Do you lose an hour's sleep or do you gain an hour's sleep, an extra hour in bed? And that's the one, so you've got to be careful with that, haven't you? So, yes. Fall back, spring forward. Oh, right, yeah, isn't it? Fall back, spring forward. Right, okay, well. Right, today's lesson from the book is the forgotten soloing methods. Right, so, methods part 1. Now, the thing is with this lesson here, forgotten soloing method part 1, when I posted this video, 6 years ago on YouTube, it was very much the case that this was very much a forgotten idea, and it was really something that's really, really common on YouTube now, actually, and it's chord tone soloing. So I've done lots about chord tone soloing, and so this was like one of those first sort of videos that I kind of made about it, introducing it over this idea of the pentatonic scale, because generally lots of guitar tuition was about pentatonics, so it's all about that stuff. So, but there you go. So that is lesson 54, page 60 in the book. I may even wander willy-nilly over to page 61 and lesson 55. Maybe. I don't know. Depends how off-piste I go with this. So, yeah, let's see how we get on. We'll see. So that's what it is. That's what we've got. We've got those lessons from the book. So let me just put that there. Let me put my countdown in. So I'm putting the countdown in, even though I've been on air for quite some time. So what we're going to do is, like I say, it's from the book. If you don't have the book, then here is a link to where you can find the book, full of 80 lessons there. It's just a gift that keeps on giving. It's given so much as that book to a lot of people. And so what we've got is we've got the book there. And then what I'm going to do is, it's like, if you do want to get the book, it comes in paperback, spiral bound, and there's a digital version. And the digital version, the easiest place to get it is in the Fretboard Fraternity. What's the Fretboard Fraternity? If you don't know what the Fretboard Fraternity, it's here. You can join it. It's free. It's an online community for guitar people who just love guitar, like like me. You're here. You must love guitar. There's a reason you're here. So. I'm hoping so. So, yeah, join the fraternity there, right? And if you go into the Learning tab up there, then you'll find that there's a cheeky discount off the book if you take it on digital download there. And all the videos are conveniently in there as well, which is pretty cool. But if you really, 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 really want to support the channel, and then what you might want to do is you might want to join PDF Club. And PDF Club is here. If you want to find out more about PDF Club there, then what you'll do is you'll find you've got all my videos, all the videos that are on the channel, PDFs to all those lessons. If they had a PDF, they're in there, but also future PDFs as well. And another thing that it's all in its own little community as well, is the good book tariff free. As far as I know, we're like leaves in the wind in the world these days. Phil just says, "Hey, what is PDF Club?" Yeah, it's it's the repository of my brain. Yeah, and it's not even all of my brain. Yeah, I walk around with these thoughts in my head of things that I need to show you guys, and it drives me balmy. It really does. It drives me potty. So PDF Club. If no better way to support my work here on the channel. So that's what we've got going on there, PDF Club. So yeah, like I say, that's what we're going to do today. We've got this lesson on this thing, and because I think the pentatonics can be a bit of a blunderbuss approach, but what we're going to do is we're going to do roll call. We're going to do roll call. That's what we're going to do. Let me just take a little sip of water. Yes. Water, that's how you say it in Yorkshire. Water. Portable document file, I think you'll find there. Simon, what does PDF stand for? What does ET stand for? Because he's only got little feet. He's only got little legs. Something like that. So let me go to the top. I'm going to go up here. We've got 11 minutes 44 here. Will I make it 0? Has Mrs. Ricky put the poll up this week? No, because I thought it was really cruel of her to do that to me. She's probably going to do it again. You are? Oh, will I make through the roll call on 11:25 now? So I've wasted a bit there. Nancy Parsons, hello. Telefunken 12AX7, hello. Eyup. Paul Otter, evening all. John Steer, Dark Gent, reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Wilder 7BC, you had a big lunch, you are sleepy. Oh dear. I hope you just reclined on a chaise longue eating grapes now post lunch. I think that's what's going on there. Jeff Honor, up all. Here we go again. Here we go again indeed. Winston Moy, Roger Smith, Clifford TLB. How do, folks? Let's have a look. Who else is in here? We've got, hooray, from Mrs. Ricky. Jerry Lindy in Sweden. Marcel LeBlanc. -6 degrees in Longueuil in Quebec. Monty, hey up Monty. Emze, your favourite student is here. Greetings from Vanta. Greetings, Stevie Pinhead. Hey up from overcast Seattle. John Essam, we're in the house in the chat. Ryan's using is that an emoji? I don't know if that's an emoji. A 0 with a thing. Yeah. Vicky DeMeo. Simon Wade, Cody Lamar. Hello, my brothers and sisters. Yes. Glenn she's put it up. She put it up. I can see it. I've seen it. It's just gone up. Glenn McKern. I hope I said that right. McKechen. Spell it out phonetically. We'll see if we can say it. Rennie Hartman from Holland. Anton, hi all. Richard Grissom. I felt so alone for a solid hour. Yeah, the whole hour thing. Yes, it is. It's one of those. Anik is here. Ricky Kaminsky on the TV talking about Virgin Mary. Am I on the TV? I don't know if I was talking about Virgin Mary. Ken Webb. Good evening, afternoon, morning to all, because everybody's from all over the world here. Robin Tate, hello everyone. Randy Smith, Stuart Smith. Let's have a look. You are late, good sire. Star Jumps. Funny thing is, before I go live, the video thing, I was there. It looked like I was live, but it's if the video on YouTube is set to private, nothing shows because it's private. But I've set it to public, and now everybody can see it, and that's the way it works. So let's have a look. Eyup, Ricky, Mrs. Rocky, and Guitar Heroes around the planet from a wet and cold Southampton. It's wet and cold here. We had a little bit of sleet, I think, earlier on. The Analog Kid is in the chat. Jason Somerville, Frank Wirricks. Mike Allen. We've got the usual suspects here. Phil James. Here's to a great night. Yes, indeed. Rattlesnake Roy. Who else have we got in here? Dan Bailey, Davy Boy. Here, Book Coffee in Woodbridge, Ontario. Ontario. We don't know how we're saying that as well. Paul Staples. Let's have a look. Yes, I did. I had a shave. I thought I was looking a bit beardy. But the beautiful thing about having a shave, I was contemplating growing the sideboards back, the sideburns, whatever you were going to call them. So they're a bit longer, but they always look a bit patchy if you just try and grow them on their own, you know. So I thought I'll grow a beard and then trim it off, and then they're the right length. There you go. That's how it works, isn't it? So Monty says new guitar. No, this one's been showing its face for a few of the lessons. But it's been on a wall there, and like I said before, it was because I sanded my necks down, naughty boy. But I didn't like the way it felt, but I've sanded it down, and it's wonderful. So there you go, and it just feels like a regular Pacifica. So John says, "Hey up, old lad, I need a PDF. Any discounts today? Have we got any discounts today? Can we do a discount code today, Mrs. Ricky?" She's put one up already. How about that for service? You just think it. You just think it. It's just telepathic. Is my wife. She really is. You know. She is. She knows when I'm sitting down. Let's put it. Yeah. So, Suzanne Gerling. Hi, everyone. David Doty. Do I need to... No, you don't need to do star jumps. Relaxing meditation. Dan Lafferty. Rocket is in the chat. Happy session. Rob K up from the Netherlands. Thrilled to start. Let's have a look. Who we got? Suzanne Gerling is in Brazil. USA sprung forward. Yeah, that's the one. Time zones. It's like, it's a throwback. Do you think we should get rid of them? Do they serve any purpose, really? I don't know if they do, you know. I mean, winter, when it gets winter, I hate getting up when it's dark and going to bed when it's dark, when it's, getting home when it's dark. It's awful. Noel Rodriguez, I'm moaning about the weather and the time the sun goes. There's nothing you can do about it, Ricky. Control the controllables. Woo. Come on. Let's keep it about guitar. It's forward, spring ahead, fall. Oh, no, you see, now I'm confused. You see, spring forward, spring ahead, fall back. Oh no! Now it's like one of those things, isn't it? Righty tighty, lefty loosey. You know, and that's a good one because it says what it does, what it says on the tin, but it can't be misinterpreted. But that one, right. Marcus L is a newbie, and his book was delivered today. Let's give him a round of applause. There you go. Thank you for rocking up today. Let me just turn the volume up on that a bit there. Yeah, so thank you for rocking up today, Marcus. And I hope you enjoy the book and dig into it, because this is what these lessons are about. These are lessons from the book. What I like to do is to take lessons from the book, I connect them to each other and expand upon them so that they become a bigger web of knowledge that you have about guitar. Maria is in the chat. Maria Muggs Davies, Eyup. We changed Sunday past. There we go. So let's have a look. Are we getting there? Renee Hartman. We've got. Oh no, we've said hello. Denise Bishop. We lose an hour. All right. Okay. So the US went back to the Middle Ages. Are we ever been out of them? Have we ever been out of them? You know, we keep it about guitar. I think that's the easiest way to live life. Sean says, I'm within 5 minutes. So that's a good one. I'm guessing that's a good one then. Sean. You lose one in summer. Claude Capodestra. Hey up everyone from Montreal. We are getting towards, we're getting there, getting down towards the bottom. You cannot wait for today's lesson. Oh, hopefully, well, I hope it's going to be a good one. Greg Barrows, evening all from Aberdeenshire. Lawrence O, that's where my lot's from, you know, actually, up that way. Keith, my mum's side. They're all from Keith and Elgin up that way. So I've got a real affinity with that area, that neck of the woods. Lawrence O in drab London. Oh. Matt Cochran from Kent, Washington State. Let's have a look. Mike Marshall. Can anyone see the sun today? No, I don't think so. Angus McDonald, Tony Mason, Scott Simmons. Saw the Eagles Saturday night in Vegas. It rocked. Well, it's good that they're still going and doing it. I just wish they'd allow us to play their music on YouTube and share stuff and even mention their name. I've just said the Eagles now, and I've said it twice now, so maybe I might get like, oh, you can't say the Eagles because they'll like do things to videos and get them taken down. It's awful. You know, does that make sense? Oh, 3 minutes. I'm there. I'm still scrolling. You see that. Look, hang on, no. Actually, 57% are saying no. It's not as bad as the other week. So let's have a look. Gordon Reed, hello, from Tennessee. JAC, yep, Eyup. Harry Groker, we've got in the chat. Richard Hall. My wife, Miss Betsy, is thankful for the difference Mr. and Mrs. Ricky have in our lives. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Richard. I appreciate that. Lovely, lovely comment. Kai, hello everyone. Hello Ricky. Hi Ricky. Barry, hi Ricky. Late, been looking for a pen. You can never find one, but there's always one in the junk drawer. We've all got a junk drawer, haven't we? In the kitchen usually. If you open that, there'll be one in there. The first one will not work. It'll be the second or third one that's the wood one. So let's see where we're going. Richard Shields. Hey up. Sorry for your tardiness. Don't worry about that. As long as you're here, that's the main thing. Peter Robinson. Hey up, Ricky. Wonderful musical Wednesday is upon us. Oh, thank you very much. That's a good way of phrasing it. And Cat Bubba, hey up, made it through daylight savings to the from the PNW. I don't know what that means, PNW. Brenda Murphy, hey up, you're late, but you're here. I'm glad you're here. It's nice to have you here in the chat as well. So Tim Whiteside, Jackie Brunt, hello everyone. Hope my head can stay unscrambled for a change. Do you know what? If it's getting scrambled, if it's fun, it's getting it scrambled. You know, I've watched University Challenge a few times, and it's like, and I've had no idea but what's going on. But it's interesting, it's fun. So just the same thing, really. Wilder 7BC. Well, we've got 1 minute left. I have to memorize pentatonic 5 positions as well as done for the major. Okay, you've done your homework. Well done. That's what we want. So let's have a look. Who else is here? David Marsh, Glossop Posse, Annie P. Hey up, Annie. Nice to have you in here, mate. Albane, hello. Monty, Dad's doing good. That's what we want to hear. I was going to mention that. But dedicated time with the vets, PTSD, and other things. Good to hear that as well, Monty. Kai, good to see you doing your homework. That's what we need. Christine Caderet from Jim Caderet from Dallas there. Glenn, lol, almost. I nearly got it right. Jean Berth. Oh, look, my name, everybody. I've got 19 seconds. Am I going to do it? Hang on, let me go. I'm going to go. Daryl Drinkwine. Let's have a look. Dick Plomp. Hello from Netherlands. Create Love Happy. Who else we've got? Shauna TV. Yes. Nice to have you here. Michael Gregg. We've got, who else have we got? Monty's just got back from Taiwan training. So Eduardo there's an option missing on the quiz. Lord knows what that is. Binary Surf from Cancun, Mexico. I'm a newbie. Okay, we've had that as well. Brett Sheriff from San Antonio, Pacifica. Yes, indeed. Let's have a look. Keep scrolling. Three Dogs Brewery. Hey up. Let's have a look. Cat's Rule is in the chat. Who else is missing? Six String Greg is in the chat. Greetings from an Arizona book buyer. Thank you very much for that, Wayne Johnson, Cowtown. Yes, she did, and have no affiliation with Ricky's guitar, just a customer. Well, that's good. And let's have a look. Cyril Johnson. Oh no, I've missed it. I missed it. Damn. Right. Okay. Cyril Johnson. I'm nearly done. Yeah. Eduardo from Brazil. It's 4:18 p.m. here. That's not too bad. Ricky is lucky. His wife let him have all those guitars. My wife would literally kill me. I still think about a Gibson Les Paul custom as well. Not sure how to sneak that in. Well, you know the trick. Let me tell you the trick. The trick is you put it in her wardrobe at the back. Yeah, you put it in there and you just leave it. And then eventually what will happen is she'll open up the wardrobe, she'll find it, and she'll go, "Where's this come from?" You just say, "It's been in there for about 8 years. It's been in there for years." It's like, I'm saving it until I feel like I'm good enough to play it. What is it? It's a guitar. Don't you remember? It's like, yeah, you don't need any more guitars. Well, how many pair of shoes have you got in the bottom of that wardrobe? That might wear, might not do. It might be interesting. Might create a bit of drama. What's life without a bit of drama, eh? So, I know you're not. I know you're a Geordie lad, aren't you, Greg? So, Newcastle v Liverpool on Saturday, I think it is, isn't it, for the Carabao Cup? We're going to be watching that one. So let's have a look. Phantom is in there. Junk Draw. Let's have a look. Who else is new in the chat? Hi, Rich. Hi, Ricky. I was going to stay off the chat so you can finish on time. No, you're in. You're in. Eric Hartwell. Winston Ellis. Let's see who else is in here. Robbie One. Good evening, sir. Who else is new? Anybody in here? Jonas Snow, chilling in Germany. If I have not mentioned your name, I apologise. Where is Patrick? Is Patrick able to post in here? Do we know that? Is he trying to? Patrick, one of the fretboard, one of the fretboard fraternity and PDF. Is he PDF club member as well? He's having trouble getting into chat, but the thing is, it's like I think what it is. It probably sounds like a login thing with YouTube. So let's hope Patrick can get in the chat because he's been missing these and he's like he doesn't want to. You're a smog monster. Oh, I thought you were a Geordie, Greg. I thought you were a Geordie. No. Oh, right. Right. Randy Smith just got here. Cheap. Just get a cheap square, same colour, take it back, get the Les Paul when she's not home. Oh, that's devious. Mind you, was what I was saying, was that devious as well? It could have been. Yeah, that's good. That could have been. I like that idea. Yeah, I do like that idea. Now, the thing is, I should say, right, I know you see all these guitars behind me, but that's because when I closed down the music school, I didn't realise how much equipment and gear I'd bought over the years. And that's what's going on here, essentially. It's like, you buy different guitars for different things, and that's what it is. There's some up in the loft as well. So, that's what happened. Let's be real about this. And I'm not a big gearhead, really, when it comes down to it. It's just like, I know what I like, and that's what tends to happen, really. It's like, I'll play a guitar, I'll pick one up, and within sort of like 30 seconds to a minute, I'll know if it's a keeper or if it's like straight away whether it's one that I think, oh, this is it. And I'm still looking for the one. I'm still looking for that guitar. Yeah, I have played one guitar that a friend has, and he won't sell it to me. And I think it's an old, it's a 1960s SG or something like that. Something like that. But it's so fast. It's a lovely neck, mahogany, all that sort of stuff, Whew. Yeah, so the thing is, come on, the tune. Yeah, come on, the tune. We want the tune to win. Very disappointing game last night with Liverpool in the Champions League. But as a Man City fan, I can say I wasn't too bothered. So, right. I'm going to crack on, guys, if that's okay with you. There are, and I will say, let's just have a look. How many people are in here, Mrs. Ricky? There's 169 people in here. 172 people in here. And there's 60 likes. Let's get this like thing walloped, guys. And then I'll get cracking on. Let me just blow my nose. Have a sip. All this talking. It's thirsty work. Miss Ricky's out at youth club, so I shall have to wait till she comes back to get my cup of tea. So, okay. Oh. We have a knock at the door. So, yes. Oh, Marcel won an Explorer type Firefly guitar on Searching for Tones channel. Oh, that you can't beat that, can you? That sounds that sounds like a blast. So, right, let's get into it. Let's get into the lesson. So the thing is, like I say, guys, this lesson I originally did this one 6 years ago, and it was called I called it the Forgotten Soloing Method. Yeah, because it seems one of those things. I mean, I had jazz guitar lessons at music college, and a few of those, and we talked, and I did a lot of stuff to do with like Charlie Christian, and like basing chord tones around inside scales and around chord shapes where you look at the chord. And so Charlie Christian, that idea of playing the notes around the chord shape just seemed very intuitive to me. But a lot of my contemporaries, everyone was just playing pentatonic stuff. Yeah, and this is a funny thing. So really, and I kind of think to myself, well, I don't know if you think it's right, but Chuck Berry came along. Now Chuck Berry took a lot of his style, I think, off Fats Domino. Okay, so he translated that idea from piano into guitar. And it essentially basically ended up exploiting the whole of the kind of thing with the pentatonic scale. And so it just ended up that everybody kind of gravitated towards this box one minor pentatonic thing. And that's where all the Chuck Berry licks is. This is why I call it the Chuck Berry zone, yeah? So that's why I call it the Chuck Berry. It's all in this. Yeah? So you got all this business here. So that's what I call the Chuck Berry zone. And that was just, and everybody just jumped on that. So really what happened was, I think that caused a little bit of a drop off in this idea of chord tone soloing. It didn't really amongst the jazz community, because jazz community all thought that that's kind of never going to go away, really, is it? Because it's all about the chords. But mainstream guitar it took a little detour, and and that was good, because rock came out of that as well, so it just made it more accessible, and everybody could play the box one instead of trying to learn something that sounds difficult, chord tone soloing. But it isn't as hard as you think, because I kind of summed it up as saying that basically all you're doing is you're following the chords. Okay, now so that's kind of the way I think about it, really. Now the thing with the pentatonic that I find is awkward is basically, it's when you place the scale over the top of a chord, the pentatonic, it gives you kind of this blunderbuss approach, and that's why I call it the blunderbuss. Yeah, when you play the notes, how they are sitting on top of the chord that is happening in the now. Remember, we talk about the now, the underlying chord in the now. Yeah, how the notes sit on top of that. Yeah, they determine the overall name of the chord that's happening in that now. Yeah, you've heard me do this thing where we could get really esoteric, but music is that thing. It really is magic, isn't it? I can't remember who it was. There was somebody who earlier on in the week was saying that music is the closest thing that humans have to magic. And it really is, because it's ethereal. There's nothing you can, when you hear it, it's just there in the air. There's nothing tangible to see and touch. So So the thing is, it's like, okay, we want this to be, yes, Wilder, the blunderbuss. Yeah, so the blunderbuss, I should explain what a blunderbuss is. A blunderbuss basically is like a shotgun, but that's shaped like a trumpet. Yeah? And the idea is that you chuck any old muck in there, nuts, bolts, screws, you know, pen ends, all that sort of stuff, picks in it. Chuck that in there, charge it up, shoot that out, and it sprays really wide, and it hits absolutely everything. Okay, and that's why I think it's the pentatonic can be like that. So if I play, so for instance, if I play this kind of this A7 chord, and I explained this in the original video, if I play this here, then what happens is most people will by default will use the box 1 pattern on top of that. That's that pentatonic pattern. 5 8 5 7 5 7 5 7 5 8 5 8. Yeah. There, like that. Yeah, and it kind of works because the root and the flat 7 are part of the chord, but the third isn't from that scale. So if I play that chord, then you have to treat the notes differently. Okay, so really, it still works, but you have to manipulate the strings, which is the great thing about guitar, because we can slide, we can bend, and we can do all sorts of cool things to change the sound of the notes. So really, but what it does is when that chord's happening, if I play that note, I'm changing the underlying chord in the now. Yeah. Right. So I'm just adding another flat 7 on there. There's a 5th. Might not want the 5th. Yeah, so might not want that 4th because that would be an 11th. And then, you know, it starts to make the chord sound a little bit more complicated. No worries, Thunder Ace. They've only just finished a new fiber. We like new fiber. Yeah, so we've got this idea here. Now it works to a degree, but the thing is, it, like I say, it lacks a little bit of finesse, and that's what we're trying to do. Is we're trying to build some finesse in here. I'm just looking at my notes down here, guys. So and now, and the thing is, what we can do is, what we want to do is we want to, the cage system, and we're going to talk about the cage system. The cage system, we don't want to just think about it in one kind of like, it's just one sequence that we're using. What we can do is we can take the chords out of the cage, some chords out of the cage system, and build a framework to use for our chord tone soloing. So what we're going to do is we're going to reintroduce this chord tone soloing. If I have enough time, what I might do is I might reintroduce the pentatonics, and then you got the best of both worlds. So, you know, you can blunderbuss a bit if you want, but so is there, Rennie says, is there a formal numbering system for your boxes? Box 1 is, yeah, generally box 1 is the minor pentatonic. It's the spelling of the scale that's underneath generally, and the two main ones are the minor pentatonic and the major pentatonic, and you will get 5 boxes off those. But they are really just inversions of each other. You know, that's a completely different lesson. That's a completely different lesson. But what I'll do is I'll show you this. So essentially, what we're going to do is, if I take this, I'm going to take the cage system, and if we look at the cage system, just for those people who don't know what the cage system is, it's basically called the cage system because the word caged is an acronym for the 5 shapes that we have, the 5 master shapes. All shapes on the guitar are cage shapes. So we have a C shape. Yeah, I can modify that shape so it looks like that, and it doesn't even look like it's a C shape, starting not to look like a C shape now, you know, so it's changing, and you start to think to yourself, is that even a C shape? Or and kind of might think, is that a C shape or is it a G shape? And then they start to morph, right? But it doesn't matter. All shapes are going to be caged, yeah? So there's the C shape, Okay, we've got the A shape, we've got the G shape, we've got the E shape, and we've got the D shape. Yeah, and if you already know cage, this is a good recap. Okay, this is a good recap. Okay, we've got that there. Now, here's what we can do. We can turn, we can divide those caged shapes into two categories. Yes, we divide them into two categories. And the way I think about it is how the fingers are organised. And what I'm going to do is, if I play that first one, the C shape here, I'm starting on the root note here. So this is what I call, it's root position triad. So I've got root, third, fifth. Straight away in the bottom three notes of that chord, root, third, fifth. Yeah. And then notes get repeated again, yeah? Because when you play a C chord here, right, there's two root notes, there's two fifths, and there's one third, okay? Yeah. No, there's two thirds, yeah, two thirds, what am I saying? I can iron that double third out by putting my pinky on there and having another fifth. So the thing is, this is a good way to look at it. So this is root, third, fifth. That's just R3-5, if you want to think about it in that, yeah? Or 1-3-5. That's what people do, right? Now, there's another one that follows the same kind of pattern, and that's the G chord, okay? And the G chord goes root, third, fifth in those strings there. And then we've got repeats in some order or other, yeah? So we've got root, third, fifth, root, fifth, root. So you've got three roots in a G chord. Yeah, if I play it like that. However, if I play it what I call the Bob Dylan way, like that, with three fingers, then I get two thirds, because there's a B there and there's a B there. So you're gonna get to know all this stuff. But really, the only information I want you to retain is that the first three notes, root, third, fifth. Okay? Okay, and then on the G, root, third, fifth again. So that's the C and the G chord taken care of. What we have then left is the E, the A, and the D shapes, because out of the five, C, A, G, E, D, we've got C, we've got G, we've got E, A, and D left. Okay? So, let me explain. And I think the beautiful thing about this is your fingers tell the story. Your fingers, where you put your fingers, tell the story. Unless you are... I did have one student who played the E chord with just two fingers. But let me just zoom in on this. Yeah, they are triads. Yes, they are triads. So we're taking the triads and we're just having them in different inversions as well. So let's have a look at this. So you can see here I've got my E chord. This is an E major. Okay. Now, if you look here, how many fingers have I got on? Just look. Can you see how many fingers I'm holding on the guitar there, guys? Can you see? I've got 3 fingers on, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the other 2 shapes out of that cage sequence that I haven't played yet. I'm going to play the A shape. You might play the A shape like this. I play it like this because I like the ease of going down to that A major 7 and then to the A7 there and just using that shape to slide up. It's nice and easy. And it's nice and easy for playing sixths and stuff when you play it like that. That's a little bit trickier. Okay, so look, right, so we've got this 5th through 3rd here. Okay, so this is different. This has got 3 fingers on as well. So look, E chord, yeah, it's got 3 notes there, and those 3 notes are the 5th of the chord, the root of the chord, and the 3rd of the chord. Okay, 5R3, right? And then if I move to the A chord, you can hear I get the same thing, and I get going from this note to this note to this note. I get 5th, root, 3rd, 5R3, 5R3. Okay. Then what I do is if I move to the D chord here, yeah, then what happens is I got 3 fingers on again, and these follow the same pattern. 5R3, 5R3. Okay, so look. That's a D major chord, A major chord, E major chord. And if you think about it in the context, like I said, of caged, there's the C shape, there's the G shape. So those are the two sets, 2 ways of splitting the 5 cage chords. C shape and the G shape are R3-5 shapes. The E the A and the D are 5/3 second inversion shapes. Yes, so okay. Relate why the E shape is 5/3 based on magic formula 514, etc. It does, but that's for a bigger structure. Is that we're only looking at the chord here? We're drilling down into this, David. Yeah, because that's what we're doing as well here. We need to drill down into this, because if you think about it, if I played that E there, well, is that the root note or is that the root note, or where are we starting from? Where's the epicenter? Where's our focal starting point as well? So we need to think about that. And I'm just looking at this and relating it to this shape. So that's all we're really doing with this one. Okay. So we've got that there. Okay. Right. Now the thing is, I just want to kind of show you that this. Oh. Hang on. Hang about. Oh, there we go. Oh no, the milk was off. And is that a green tea? Oh well, this won't do. I was going to say Eyup a Yorkshire salute, but I can't. It's green tea. I've been given green tea. It's not green. It looks like muddy water. Oh. Okay, it's good for you. Just keep telling yourself it's good for you. Yeah. So, thank you very much, though, for the libation. Needed that. Okay. Boiling hot cup of green tea. That won't go cold. I'm putting the healthy tea. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to use these things. Now, I talk about these 5/3s, and the reason it's good to follow these 5/3s is because they tell us where the important notes are in that chord, the important intervals are. And let me just plot this out, and I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll switch over to the old pen and paper, guys, to the pen and paper, and I'll draw these out. Yeah, so I'm going to do the E shape, and we've got the fifth, we've got the root, and we have the third there. Okay, and I'll explain in a minute what these do. So the fifth, the root, and the third. And then here on this D shape, you see we get the fifth, the root, and the third. And we're using these as basically as north stars to help us to know where we're going. Now, what we need to do is each of these notes has an emotional value, okay? Now, the thing is, look, let's just switch back a minute. I'm going to ask you a weird question. The question is, what is music? And I've asked students this for years, and I just imagine, and here's the scenario, yeah? The aliens have landed. They've captured you in Cowtown. Yeah, they've captured you. and the thing is, the fate of the world relies on your answer. Yeah, because if you don't answer correctly, they're just going to vaporize the whole of the planet. So the alien says to you, what is music? And you've got to explain what music is to a species of never experienced music. How do you explain it? What is music? So let's kind of have a little look and see how this works. And if you've seen any of my lessons before, you'll know how I talk about it. Some people think that its sound could be music, but I mean, if you've got an extra hour because of daylight savings, and you want to spend that in bed, and the garbage truck's outside making a racket and wakes you up, yeah, that sound is not music. Definitely not. Yeah, so that is definitely not music. I'm not sleeping on any couch. I love camping. Alternatively as well, you might hear the sound of bacon frying and sausages and that sound, and that might sound like music as well. You know, so there's different ways of understanding it. What is music, guys? The aliens are about to zonk the planet. Come on. So what is it? It's a feeling that makes you want to shake your head. A running engine is great music to this here. Do you know this is the thing? It can be the sound of a muscle car or something like this. I'm going to cut to the chase. But the thing is, you've got to think about when you think about this question, it's like it takes it down right to the bottom of remembering what it is we're actually out to do when we play guitar. Yeah. And that is that music is the language of emotion. Yes. Because the thing is, and I've said this before, if there might be somebody on here who doesn't understand a word I'm saying from some country, like that don't speak English, but when I play this chord, they know what that says on a musical level, on an emotional level. However, if I do this, then that says a completely different thing. I kind of think that music is the thing. There was that story, isn't there, that Babel, where God split the tribes and sent everybody away and confused everybody's language so that they couldn't understand each other. But I think one language was left, and that's the language of music, and that's why it's magic. Isn't that weird? You know, touchy-feely. It is a bit woo-woo. I know it is. It is a bit woo-woo, but the thing is, it's like, this emotion, it is. That's why we listen to it. When you're angry and you put some Slayer on, it's like, it's impossible to not get that out of your system. You know, if you're feeling sad, listening to some sad piano music or whatever, it doesn't matter. It can discharge you of those emotions, by listening to it. So must be some sort of pull. Now I am getting a bit woo-woo, aren't I here? The Tower of Babel, that's the one. That was the one. The competition to build the biggest tower so they can get closer to God and have their prayers heard. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, from Sunday school. So the thing is, these chords, yeah, so these chords, they do something to you. So what we want to do is we want to tap into that power. Now the thing is, we've got to know the basics of what each of these notes does. They have a function, and this is what we're going to look at. This is what we're looking at here, guys. So let me just switch over. Oh no, Arsenal PSV is music. Oh well, not Arsenal. Let's say. Fifth root, I'm going to try and hold my tongue with that one. Fifth root, flat and third. Now, this is the difference between major and minor, right? So if I show you this here, here's the major chord. That's what that looks like. Here is the minor chord, okay? Now, the only difference is one note. But that one note is the game changer. That one note there, that movement there, that's the game changer. So that's the major sound. That's the major sound. That's the minor sound. And it's because of that movement there. Because, let me explain what the notes do. And I'll go along in the order of 5R3. The fifth is transparent. Right? It doesn't have any colour. That's what transparent means. So it's no colour. Right? I nearly spelt it American there. We have the root, which is the home note. And that's where everything resolves. Okay? That's where we get resolution. And when I say third, I'm going to refer to the flat third as well. This is the colour note. Right? And the colour, or the emotion note, I wrote those the wrong way around. That's the emotion note, guys. So what we want to do is, if we want to target emotion notes when we're playing in chord tone soloing, then it becomes about this. Yeah? Okay? It becomes about this. Let me zoom in here. So this note is transparent. Yeah, it doesn't add any colour. In fact, if I play the root note here and this fifth here, I get a power chord. And a power chord, you can put major on it, minor on it, dominant on it. You can't put diminished on it because that implies a flattened fifth. But look, there's so much you can do. And the thing is, the more notes you add to a chord, the more complexity you get, the more rigid and fixed it is as a sonic structure. Okay? So we want to be aware of that. The more notes you add, that's exactly what's going to happen. This is why triads are so great, guys, because there's only 3 notes. Yeah? If you think about it, basically, if we don't have the thirds, we've got power chords, which are really basic sounding 2-note chords. But with that third is where the magic lies, and that is why it's the money note really for these triads. Can you just play the with the third without playing the fifth? Yes, we did this the other week actually. So we played this using this here. This is the root and this is the third. So really, this is why I'm doing this today, because I wanted to talk about this 5R3 thing here. So there's my third. Now what I do to make it minor, I lower it 1, because if you think about it, that's a major third. This is why the chord is called major. If I make something less, it becomes a minor thing. And you think about it, it's going behind the head note. So this becomes the minor. Now listen to the difference there. Major, happy, uplifting, minor, sad. Okay? The 2 polarities of human existence. You are either happy or you're sad. Okay? And Wilder says, well, those weren't shell chords. Those were just dyads. Yeah? So I was playing those there, Cat Bubba. Yeah? Shell chords, I would add another colour. Yeah? Yeah, but it's a good start. Okay? Shell chords do omit the fifth. Okay? Yeah, that's cool. You would be playing interval third. They sound... okay, so just I'm not sure what that means. But there we go. So, we've got that there. And then if we take the logic of this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this A here. You can see we've got the fifth, root, third. So I'm just going to draw the fifth out the same place, the root out the same place, but the third, the major third would be here, and the minor third should be here. That's what we've done. We've just taken it back 1 fret, and this gives us the A minor chord. That gives us the A minor just there. Now, let's do it the same thing here with the D. We're going to get the D minor here. Fifth root, let's transfer them over. Fifth root. Tick where the third would be, lower it 1 fret. That's the thing. Minor means you're making it less. And remember, guys, let me just zoom here, because it's like, get this into your head. You need this in your head. Yeah. If there's a major, yeah, the minor is 1 fret lower. If there's a minor, there's a major 1 fret higher. And the majors and the minors happen on the seconds, the thirds, the sixths, and the sevenths. Okay? Does that make sense? You just think about that. The major and minor are Mr. and Mrs. Yeah? That's the way to think about them. Yeah? One's happy, one's sad. It depends on you, on the dynamic that you want to take away from that there. Yeah, but I'm just saying, think of them as a married couple. Yeah. Oh crikey! Not my marriage. No, we're chord 1 and chord 5 here. Chord 4 in my marriage. Mrs. Ricky, are you upstairs still? Yeah. she's listening. Right. So the thing is, what we want to do is we want to get these shapes, and let me just run through these shapes. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and then I'll get through all these. So we got the E major chord. Okay. What we do is we turn it into an E minor chord, but it's still 5R flat 3. I'm still thinking that 5R flat 3. Here's the A shape. Yeah, that note there is the major third. Lower it 1 fret, goes there. I get the A minor chord. Okay, we get the A minor chord there. There's the D major chord. Yeah, 5, R, 3. There's the major third. Lower it 1 to make it into a minor. That's where we get the D minor shape from. Okay, thank you, Graham. This is a fine for being late. No need to pay any fines for being late. Thank you very much, though. I appreciate that. Couch. So hopefully this makes sense, guys. Now, when we think about key, the way we can think about key as well is, you know, I've said this to you before. It must have been about a month ago when I said to you, remember this sequence, guys, of your chords in your key. Yeah, do you remember? I said to learn it as homework, mutter it when you're making a cup of tea, or you're picking up litter in your garden from the wind, the bin that's tipped over, or whatever. Okay, major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. Yeah, if we just forget about the diminished for now, yeah, right. We end up with majors and minors, and we need to understand that sequence. Okay. And if you think about it, that's 6 chords out of the key that are taken care of there. Now, diminished chords, they're going to come up in classical and jazz stuff. Yeah, they'll come up in pop, they'll come up in a few Beatles things and other bits and bobs, clever songwriters and stuff. But generally, not in pop and rock. You know, 97% of songs are going to be just based on those 6 chords. You know, really, you know. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. Yes, indeed. So once you've got that, then you'll realise this is where these 2 shapes come in, guys. You just need major and minor shapes here. And we can apply them to each of those chords. I mean, one way to do it would be, is if I just show you going up the neck. Look, major. It's an E shape with a 5R3. Okay? If I move to chord 2, it's an E shape, but it's a 5R flat 3 because that's chord 2 and it's minor. I move this up a whole step. I've got the 5R flat 3 there. Right, that's chord 3. Up a half step, I get to chord 4. Okay? I will do a wobbly bob session. We've got this one here. This is a major. Look. 5R3. Right? And then 5R3 here on this 5 chord. Then I'm going to go to chord 6 here, which is at C sharp at the 9th fret here. And I've got the 5R flat 3 there. So that's minor, major, major, minor, minor, major. Going back up. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor. Yes? Diminished. And then we go back to chord 1. Right, we could do that. And hopefully, as you hear me going up that, you can hear the do, re, mi scale. Do. Oh, that's a low note. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yeah, it goes all the way up there, okay? So you can hear that's what we're following. That's the foundation. That's the foundation of Western music, guys. So we can boil it down to these 2 shapes. That's it. 5R3, 5R flat 3. Okay? Okay. And I'll never learn 1, 4, 5. I don't think you have to if you learn theory Cage stuff. This is we're extracting something from the Cage system here. Okay? This is what we're doing. Yeah, 1, 4, 5. Major, 2, 3, 6 is minor. Yeah, that's the L7 grid, guys. That's the L7 grid. I just played the key linear there. I could play it in this sort of 5 fret distance here. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Okay. Okay, so see you later, Monte. We could do the same thing here, and you know, and here's the cool thing that this ties in with your bar chords as well. So the bar chord thing is, if you think about it, that's an E shape, that's an A shape, okay? A shape, A minor shape. So we're still doing 5R3s. So 5R flat 3, 5R3, 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 5R flat 3, 5R flat 3. So we can go through those there. Was that too fast? Was that too fast? Do you want me to go through that again? Key of G. Okay, key of G. And I'll go through the chords one at a time. Okay? Chord 1. 5R3. Major. Chord 2 is minor. 5R flat 3. Okay? Chord 3. 5R flat 3. Okay? Chord 4. 5R3. Chord 5. 5R3. Chord 6. 5R flat 3. Okay? And I'm only really, basically, I've taken the E shape and the A shape and I'm modifying them into minors to basically outline those bar chords. Yeah, and those two shapes are the mainstay that most people, they kind of end there with bar chords. Okay, that's what happens. It's like most people don't really play D-shaped bar chords, but you can, and this is why I include the D shape in fact, because you can play the D shape. Look, so there's the G again. There's the D shape. Can you see the D shape there? 5R3. So that's a G major. Now, if I said that to you, that's a G, you might look at me and go, what are you talking about, Ricky? That's a G. And I say, no, that's a G. Because it's basically about the notes that are involved in this, yes? Okay? We've got a G, B, and a D in there, okay? There, look. So it's the same chord, but we don't have to stick to this idea that the shapes are the chord. That's one thing I think that confuses people with the cage system, is they get locked into this idea that that's a C. That's all that will ever be is a C, yeah? Even if you move it into, it's still a C, yeah? Yeah? It's just a fancy D, is that? We like this one. Okay? So this is what... Oh, that's what I want to see, Al. Epiphany moment. That's what we want. So the thing is, we can just really, really boil it down to that. Now, what the heck? What the heck has this got to do with soloing, Ricky? Well, basically, like I say, everything exists in the now. Everything in life exists in the now, and music is truly exists in the now, because it's not like a building that you look at and it's tangible and you can touch it. Yeah, it really does exist in the now, and it's ethereal and it just disappears and it's gone. You play a chord and it's gone. So the thing is, what we want to be able to do is we need to be able to target the notes of the chords. So instead of having this blunderbuss approach. So look, if I play that 7th chord again here, and remember I played that pentatonic on the top. Still sounds great, but the thing is, as I'm playing those there, I'm playing the 11th, I'm playing the flat 3rd, and I'm playing the root over a chord that hasn't got those notes in it. So I'm adding to the complexity of that chord and making it harder to move around. Yeah, but sometimes you might want that, but that's a good thing. But for now, I'm calling that chord the fancy D. Yes, call it the fancy D. Call it whatever you want. Let's have a sup of this green tea. Yeah, the milk was off, apparently. That's why I didn't get a normal cup of tea. So, I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. I'm too old to argue. At that age. Yeah. So we've got that shape as well. Right. Now, the next thing I want you to do, I want you to think about this as well, guys, is, and I'm just going to draw this out with the, and this is borrowing a little bit from, page 61, lesson 55, and we're just going to look at this. Yeah. If I can play 5R3, the goal is, have I crashed? Where's my screen gone? Oh, a bit of a delay on that. Right. Okay. So what I've got is... Oh, I've got a bit of a time thing going on here. Okay. It looks like my pen and paper thing's having a little bit of a wobble. Let's have a look. Okay, well, do you know what? I'll just write it out and it will catch up. So the thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to write out the 5th, the root, and the 3rd in this position. And I'm just going to plot the E out here, guys. I'm just going to plot the E out here, okay? So what we've got is we've got the E shape. Now, we could link it up using the cage system. And if you wanted to think about it, I always spot this. This D here, yeah, is the same. It's the root note for the D shape. So the thing is, we get the E shape just here. There's the E shape, and next, what happens is we get the D shape, and this D shape happens here. Well, let's do it here. We can get it at 5 R 3. Hopefully, you can see it there. So you can see that that is the D shape. Okay. And then what I could do is I think to myself, well, look, if I go over there and use my caged octaves, that would be where the C shape would live. But what I'm going to do is I'm just extrapolating, pulling out the 5R3 business. So we get that there. That's where the 5R3 is there. And I've done this at the 12th fret here. Let's put those double dots in. And I get 5R3 there. Hopefully that looks right. That's right in it. 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got the right number of frets. That's what we want to happen. So this shape becomes the A shape, and then we get back to the E shape here, guys. We get back to the E shape. Does this make sense? Hopefully. You can see we've got those there. Now, what we want to do with this is we want to join these up now, because this is the power of this. We know we've got the 5th, the root, and the 3rd. Now what I could do is there's easier notes to transition. There's the D chord there. The D shape, sorry. Yeah, there's the D shape just there. Let me just zoom in a little. I'm just going to take that and I'm just going to move that there. That's good. Right, we're good to go there. So there's the E shape that you know and love. But what we're going to do is we're going to play an E major chord, but use a D shape. Now, I find the easiest way to get there is, it's just to move up. There's the 3rd, and I move up a minor 3rd there, and I get to that shape there. But another way to do it, you could do it, is you could think, well, chords move like notes. There's a D. If I move it up a whole step, it becomes an E. So that's another way to look at it, yeah? So if I take that E there, then that puts me nice and easy in that position there. Now what I can do is I know that that's my root note there, and I could play the C-shaped octave to help me to see where the A shape is there. Can you see the A shape? So we've got that there, look. So use that 3rd finger to get me there. And I could use that to guide myself. Yeah. Yeah, I can play it like that. There's lots of different ways to play it. Now, if I'm playing it as lead, yeah, then what we want to do is we want to spot, we want to target specific notes. Now, if we're trying to end a phrase, then like I say, this is the importance of knowing the 5th, the root, and the 3rd. The 5th is transparent. It's a good sort of meandering note, yeah? So if you go like here, it doesn't really go anywhere. It's not saying much. Yeah? What would be useful is if I had an E major chord to go underneath, which I just so happen to have. So you can have a listen to this here, guys. I'll take it really slow. I'm on this one. I'm going to use that G string to get up to the A shape now. And I'm on the root note there, 5th, root, 3rd. If I target that 3rd, Can you hear there's a bit of tension in that? Listen. If I move to the root, it sounds level with the chord. If I move it to the fifth, okay. It's been 7 hours. That one. Yeah, 5R3. So, remember, 12th fret, everything's just a repeat. So just use the same pattern up here so you can play that all the way through this, okay? Put that on. Got all those notes there. That's on the E chord. And it's the E chord there. So all I'm doing is I'm following those three. So those three shapes. There. And link it there. Now guys, I will be getting, I will be putting this is a backing track. I'm going to put this into the fretboard fraternity. Into sorry, PDF club. Right, we'll put that in PDF club. Let me just change this. Change this. What happens if I do an A major chord? Then what I can do is I can use the same three shapes. 5R3 here, look. Okay. There's the E shape. Right. Yeah, we've got all that there. Yeah, we can move. Right up with the dusty end of the neck here. So that's the A chord. Okay. This is a B chord, following the same thing. Using an A shape. 5R3. But look. Root note. Sounds home. It just sounds true. Now, so this, hopefully this makes sense, guys. This is these three chords, these three chord shapes. What we can do is we can move them around. Now, I haven't got a minor chord in here, and I should have a minor chord in there. But if it wasn't a minor chord, then I would do the same thing there. And link those guys up as well. So you're just looking for those as hotspots and then joining them up. And you can, like I said, you can conveniently carry certain notes over. Now, going back to page 60. Oh, no, it is part of page 61, sorry. What we can do is, if we know which chord it is that we're playing on, let's just assume this is chord 1 and it's major. Okay, let's just assume that's what we're going to say, that it's chord 1. We can use this shape here to launch a scale from if we wanted to. But I suppose that's moving away from chord tone soloing, but you're using the chords as north stars to base your scale patterns on. Okay? Okay? So look. So I can play the major scale now reliably. I know I'm in my E major here. Let me just outline this again because I think it's really important. I know I'm doing it here in E, and I want you to see that it's a completely usable thing in every key. So look at this, and it just kind of highlights the way that you don't need to learn loads of different patterns in different positions, as long as you can associate them with the chord shape. Okay, so look, root, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, back to root again, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Now what happens if I want that in G? Then I follow the same pattern, guys. Yeah, 5R3, take the root. Yeah. Now I can still play it with my 7th chord there. Yeah, and it makes a bit more sense. So it gives me a lot of scope here. Okay, any key. This is B. This is B flat. And somebody says to you, "Oh yeah, B flat major," and you're gonna go, "Oh." So you go like this. You go 5R3. There's the root. 5R3. Yeah. So we've got that there. B flat. And I could just play that there as well. Right, okay, so really it's just an exercise about moving these things around. Let's see, where are we at, guys? Where are we at with the questions? Ricky, where it should be. Oh, you have to go. All right. Oh, enjoy yourself. Mushrooms and green tea. You can watch it later. Tune in for a quick. Thank you, Craig. Ticket out students from preventing you watching the live. I learned 4 super shapes for both major and minor on 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, and broke them into triads doing that, but don't play low ones as they are muddy. I know what you mean there, because the thing is, I do like those myself, but those are part of the three arpeggios. There's 3 master arpeggios. That's the way I think about it. Yeah, the 3 master arpeggios, which is a lesson I think I did not so long since. I did that as a lesson not so long since. And I think about that. You say as well, those muddy ones. I love this C. What shape does it look like, guys? What shape does it look like? Now, let me zoom in a bit. Yeah. Look at that. What shape? And the thing is about this is a 5R3 as well. Okay. No worries, Rich. See you later. This is 5R3 as well. You could look at it and you think, oh, hang on, it's a C. But look how C becomes morphed and changed into a 5R3 there. So that's a great way to play a C chord. If you want to keep it simple, look at this. This is C to G. If you want to get all moody and shoegazy, yeah. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Just kind of getting into that, and you get some really obtuse looking chord shapes if you want to start getting down that path. Then you know it is one of those. Monty, go. Yeah. So what we need to be able to do then is to implement this into your song. So, I think that kind of wraps up that without giving too much away of the next one. I'm trying to think what to do next time, guys. But I'll tell you what. I'll do this little nugget. Here's a nugget. C over G, Rocket. Yes. C over G. I'll do this little nugget, and I will plot this out in a thing in PDF Club, in the PDF for PDF Club. Let me zoom in. Here's a super useful case. The majors, okay? Majors. I love the major pentatonic. I also love the major blues scale as well, okay? And the major blues scale is essentially the major pentatonic with an extra note, yeah? So what I'll do is I'll explain the major pentatonic first. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you in a different way. Now, you may have come across it's what I call rectangle and leg, okay? So what we've got is we've got this E here. We've got this little bit here. We've got leg, and it goes into this rectangle here. Yeah, was E shape 5RE 5 possible on 6 net? I'm not sure what that means, Rob. Yes. So what I could do, and this is the super useful thing, is using that root in that 5R3 as the start for your scale. Now I did show you the major scale, but here's the cool one. So that's how that works there. Look, that's the chord shape. It works anywhere. Look at this. This is a G. And I could always find this, basing it off my chord. Instead of thinking I'm in G, so I've got to play box 1 here, using the box 1 approach. So I can incorporate chord tones into my playing. So if I take that there, and then play the chord tones, I'm going from the 3rd to the 5th, which is a 6th interval descending. And it doesn't matter where you are. So if you're here, A flat might be a chord that you go and think to yourself, I don't know that. I don't know where that is, Ricky. Find the 5R3. Yeah? There's the root. Okay, so we go leg. So I call it a leg. Kind of like a flattened 2-dimensional table. There's the rectangle. So you go, but really it's the root, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, and there's the root again. And I think sorry. Yeah, I think I was thinking about chord 2, chord 3 there. And then back to chord 1. And that shows you how that works there. But look, say I wanted to do it using the A shape. Let's pick a chord. Let's use a B. Okay, I'm going to use this B because I have a B major here. Okay, there's a B major chord. But the shape is telling me where to start. Yeah? So that's the A shape. Now if I go, I can also play it on the 5R3 on the E shape, look. Now this works because I'm leveraging the power of string pairs, which is a lesson in the book. Okay? The scale, Winston, is easy because basically all it is, I can show it you here. Actually, I'll go back to an E. It's the My Girl riff. Use that as a tonal reference. need to do is just follow that. But I'm not relying on looking at the E string for the starting note from a pattern, because that's what most people would do. They'd go, all right, this is an E. Yeah, like that. Or if it was in E major. There. They'd do something like that. But we don't want to do that because it's not really that musical, and we're kind of like chunking it down. We're chunking it down. Yeah, look at the D chord here. 5R3. I'm looking at the root. Yeah, so basing it off there. Here's the A shape. 5R3. There's the root. There's the leg. And there's the rectangle, which is now actually a rhomboid. Yeah, there. So you end up with these different positions that you can. It's an E major pentatonic, yeah. But what I can do is I can add that. I can add the minor third and have 2 thirds in there, minor third and the major third. Root, second, flat third, major third. But if we just pass through it, then it kind of loses a bit of its glamour. So instead of going, personally I like to use it as a little grace note. I just crush it up and yeah, it's a major pentatonic. So it's not a 7-note scale. If we add that flat third in, it's a heptatonic scale. Yeah, so 5R3 equals major. Yes, indeed, Greg. See you later, Maria. Okay, let's change the chord. Let's put this B on again. Okay. You see that? Just outlining the chord. Yeah, that was a B major. Let me put it here. There as well. Got the open position there because that's a B. Yeah. Now the thing becomes. Oh, hang on, let me stop that. It gets interesting, you know, when you start to use one chord, then add another chord. 2 chords, working with 2 chords, and then working with 3 chords, and then working with minors and majors, and then getting it all mixed up. It's going to take a while, guys. It's something that's worth studying. But what it does is it breaks you out of that kind of box mentality with the pentatonics, which is what it's really about. So yeah, like I say, I've done some backing tracks. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've done 6 backing tracks, which I'll bang up in PDF Club along with the fancy handout for this as well. I've done another fancy handout that will be up there, guys. If you don't know what PDF Club is, then hang on, I'll just put this here. There's PDF Club. That's how you get to PDF Club. Have a look at that, see if that's something that floats your boat. If it is, then that's wonderful. I think we've just about covered everything that I wanted to cover today. Yeah, so now the other thing with this, and I have mentioned this before, and I don't know if this is, I could tie something into this again next week. And what it is something that a different kind of pentatonic, a different kind of pentatonic. I kind of think of it as melodic pentatonic, but I'll probably explain a bit more about it next week when we get into it. But that will probably be related to page 61, lesson 55. So unless I change my mind, I sometimes do that. I change my mind. And Mrs. Ricky says, "What are we doing today?" I'm doing a mail out. I'll say, "Oh, this," and then I change my mind, and she goes, "Oh, good job, I hadn't sent send on this." So, any questions, guys? Any questions? Let's have a look. That one there is a first pattern minor based off the Sea of Caged. I'm a bit. Hang on, let me just have a scroll through the comments here. Grabbing the emotional notes of the chord. Thanks for the lesson. No worries there, Cat Bubba. What penta am I playing? Yes, major. I'm playing a major there. Just start on the root to play any scale. Yeah, Ralph, you could play it as long as it's got a major third in it. Yeah, and as long as the triad, as long as the 5R3 matches the notes in the scale, you'll get away with it. Yeah, if not, if it's got a flat 5 or it's got a kind of if it's a major with a minor, a major chord with a minor third, you're going to get notes that clash. Yeah, so you got to kind of compensate for that. It might be that that's the effect that you want, actually. It might be that that's the effect that you want. But start on the root in the 5R3 that is in either the E, A, or D shape. Yeah. Move those up and practice the scale pattern. Find the pattern there. I think it's just good foundation to find the major scale. Yeah, the Do, Re, Mi scale. I think that's probably the best way around it. So what I'd say is, yeah, so what you've got to do is you've got to practice doing this, guys. Transforming these chords into North Stars to help you to launch into other things. It could be that you just use them to find other notes. We will get into it next week, actually. I think I'll probably do something where we touch into it and get some more colours. Get some more colours into this. Because 5th root 3rd, having the 3rd as your colour, it's just like you've only got one colour. It's like going to McDonald's when they give you that that colouring in sheet, and it's like they give you 3 colours. And they don't blend right. They don't. They just don't. Yeah, it's just like the primary colours. Yeah, so that's the thing. So you've got to understand where this idea comes from. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. So experiment with this. Try incorporating it into, just make it as part of the chord one. Find out if you're learning a song, okay, playing a song, if it's in the key of G, just use the G chord, find it in the E, A, and D shape, and then build a scale off it. Yeah, so think about it. You can just think about it from being the one chord, the tonic, the key chord, yeah, the tonic chord. Do that. That would benefit you. You know what I mean? Write this stuff down as well, guys. Write this stuff down as well. So all that remains is for me to say thank you very much, guys, for rocking up today. It's Wednesday. These Wednesdays come and go so fast. It's half past. Well, 34 minutes past 8 here in the UK. So I'm going to love you and leave you. And the thing is, what is the chord called when it plays constantly when you play notes around it? Well, it's a static chord. You can think of it as a static chord, but it's a drone chord. Use the drone so that you just use a drone there so that you can absolutely just move around and not be stressed too much in having to move and change with. If a chord changes, then you're hunting again, and you don't want to be hunting again. Okay, minor is root, flat 3 and 5. Yes, indeed, Shauna. Yes, a drone note. You can use a drone note, and that's what. Well, these backing tracks have done. They're just majors. They're majors, and I'll put some minors in there as well, probably. Just my weekly reminder: keep up the practice, guys. And remember, when I say practice, yeah, I mean observing this week. Have a go at this. Just have a little go at this. Get a pen, some paper, and this week when you practice, what I want you to do is just write 1 or 2 sentences about how you felt about your practice. Do this for all of the 7 days that you're going to practice during the next week until guitar class. and have a look and see how you got on. Try this, yeah, see how much of you retain, and if you want to retain this, obviously come back to the video. You can come back to the video, but and this is something that I used to insist all my students at the music school and, well, in my teaching do, is post lesson, go and have something to eat, have a cup of tea, have a cup of coffee, come back to it and just run your fingers through the chords, see if you can remember it 10 minutes later. Yeah, just do that and you will have an 80% chance more of retaining the information than going to sleep tonight and then waking up in the morning and go, oh, what was that Ricky was on about? Yeah, don't sleep on it. Come back to it again. Come back to it again. Yeah, and it will stick. And that's the way to make things stick, guys. Okay? That's what you've got to do. So just log your practice this week. Yeah, practice it. When this live ends, get your guitar. Practice moving these shapes around. The E, the A, and the D shape. Okay? That's what we've got to do. Right? Oh, Sean says we need a practice schedule. You're not doing it, you're self-taught guy. Right, practice schedule. Here's what I used to say to the 8-year-olds who used to come for lessons. Yeah? I want you to practice for 2 minutes minimum a day. 2 minutes minimum. Can you manage 2 minutes? Okay? The thing that makes this easier is the guitar has to be out and readily available. If you take the guitar out of a case that's under the bed every time and you put it back in the case and then stick it under the bed out of the way, then that's when it gets forgotten. A guitar needs to be out, hanging on a wall, because it's nice furniture, let's face it. Yeah, hanging in a wall or in a stand, yeah, where you can easily get to it and do 2 minutes. And here's the thing, yeah, if I said to you, practice for an hour, you're going to go, where am I going to find the time? I haven't got time to do that. What are you on about? Yeah, right. But if I say to you to practice for 2 minutes, I know for a fact that those 2 minutes will grow. And it might be 5, it might end up being 10. You never know, it might end up being the hour. Yeah, and this is a sneaky way of just think how you think about it. If you see it as being an impossible thing to do, then you're really going to scupper your chances of progressing. Yeah, if you're kind of overloading your thought process about, oh, I must practice 3 hours a day. And no, you need to start small and then find out where your natural attention span lives. Yeah, so that's what I want you to do. Log your thoughts, guys. Log your thoughts from your week's practice. 2 minutes a day minimum, okay? 2 minutes a day minimum. That's what I want. And I want you to tell me next week. I want to report. I want to hear you saying how well it went or how difficult you found it, and then hopefully I can help you with some questions, guys. I was going to say there's that joke in there. I've taught more lessons than I've had hot dinners, and I have, yeah. So well, it's thousands and thousands of lessons, thousands and thousands of students over the years, yeah, and I've seen it all. Yeah, so I'm just saying to you, 2 minutes, okay? But remember who you're playing guitar for, guys. Remember who you're playing for. Yeah, that should help you feel that. Yeah, 2 minutes isn't a problem. I'm doing it for me. It's something else. You could spend 2 minutes eating a candy bar. Yeah. So the thing is, do this. Yeah. Practice little and often every day. And that's what I want you to do, and eventually you'll see results. It's like dieting. So this is your time. This is your time here, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say goodnight, and I will see you next Wednesday. Thank you for rocking up today. I appreciate you. If you want to check out PDF Club, there's the link. Mrs. Ricky's ready for watching some football now. All right, Cody practices a lot. That's good. Passion. We love it. We love the passion of it. That's what we've got to do. So I will see you next week, guys. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.